Hello and greetings, classmates and comrades. This is Matthew Cafiero making a little bit of a live commentary on my analysis for this week's reading. I didn't want to put this in a slide and just have a big block of text, so I'm just going to take a couple minutes and address directly to camera. And if this is not your cup of tea, feel free to just skip through. I think the focus of Kalra and Saxena in this week's reading, moving the focus from a Russocentric point of view, focused on Moscow and Vladimir Putin, to Kazakhstan, is really smart. Belarus is widely viewed to be in a very tight orbit around Moscow, whereas President Nazarbayev has a very different take on the role of Kazakhstan in the Eurasian Economic Project, of what this means for a cultural and regional identity, and embeds it firmly in tradition of the Silk Road, which started in China and ended in Europe, and really does place the Eurasian identity as middlemen, as existing in a kind of between world, between East and West, and not directly part of either, which is an interesting view compared to Peter the Great trying to move Russia to the west, later reformers trying to move Russia east, and Putin trying to do whatever works best for Russia and for Vladimir Putin. I think there's a great commentary in the Alexander Bloch poem in the second page of the reading, the Scythian, which essentially makes the argument, let the East be the East, let the West be the West, and let us, the Eurasians, be in the middle. And let's not get directly involved in their conflicts, but let's enjoy the fruits of not being directly involved in their conflicts. It's the old joke, hey, let's you and him fight. I think the authors make a big mistake when they try and put Nazarbayev and Putin into this idea of classical Eurasianists. They're dead on with Nazarbayev, but I think Putin is there. His rhetoric fluctuates and his opinion moves, I think, largely as a matter of convenience. Every one of these writers seems to see in Putin and in Russia what they want to see for their conception of the Eurasian Union. But this idea of the Silk Road, which started in China, ended in Europe, went through everything in between from India to Kazakhstan and Russia, Belarus, tying this entire region together from Yangtze to Volga. I think this is a smart move. And to contextualize a modern example of a cultural identity that bridges from China to Europe or to Western society. In my Want to Know More slide, I'm going to give you an example of a Kazakh artist of whom I'm a huge fan. Dimash Kudaibergen is a young Kazakhstani artist who has got Western and Eastern acclaim by hewing this kind of East meets West through Eurasia identity. And there's some music videos there that I've linked to as well as an essay on the Kazakh identity that you can find in the slides as well. I hope this has been helpful, and I hope that everyone has a wonderful week and enjoys these slides.